Hello, and how is it going, everybody? It is Skullzi here with the latest and the greatest episode of Gaming InSight. With me are my amazing co-hosts,
King Fanman.
And I'm Joey from Joey Caps Gaming.
and we got a special guest, a good friend of mine over from Twitch. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself too, man?
Hi everybody, my name is Lost Prophet and I am a former YouTuber and now I'm a Twitch streamer and a very old school gamer.
Welcome to the show. I am glad you're here. You are the first guest, man. We're going to start taking guests onto the podcast. So if you are a creator or just someone in the community or even just a big fan, go ahead and try to get a hold of me, and you might just find yourself on a future episode. But we have a lot of stuff to talk about today, a lot of recent news and things like that. But as our guest, I'm going to allow you to start the flow of the conversation, LP. What do you want to talk about? What is on your mind? You kind of have similar interests to what we talk about already, so go ahead.
Well, yeah, I am definitely a Bethesda Game Studios fan, first of all. I played Elder Scrolls and Fallout since Fallout 3, and basically I did not play Morrowind, but I did play Oblivion, and I went back to Morrowind. So I kind of know my way around, but the new thing is, of course, Fallout 76. Everybody's talking about it when they're not talking about Redfall, which we'll get into later. But, yeah, the news I just heard was Bethesda is releasing an early copy to YouTubers. Content creators are going to be able to go in, play the game hands-on first, and be the first people to make content on it. And I was wondering what you guys, being the purveyors of, you know, up and coming yet smaller YouTube channels, what do you guys think about all this?
Oh, that's a pretty good question. What do you think, King Fan Man?
Well, since I'm such a big, content creator, I can't really comment on. No, I'm just teasing. I understand where they're coming from. I understand why they're inviting these guys. They have, thousands and thousands of followers, and they have a much bigger audience than I would allow. It's not really fair from my standpoint, but from Bethesda's standpoint, I can see where they're coming from. So I try not to look at it through sour grapes. They're going to have, obviously, the first chance to see the game. They're going to have the first chance to get the gameplay out to the fans. They got a big head start on us, and yeah, that makes it real hard on us as well. But it's very good for the fans. So, I've got very mixed emotions on it.
I think it's a business strategy. It's like they're just going for the biggest fish in the pond. The loudest ones with the biggest neon lights. They have the most followers, the most subscribers, the most views, and like I said, business and stats wise, when the numbers are larger, that's how it goes, I guess. I guess that's their excuse for taking some of my discoveries too. I've heard that they say that, well, I've got a bigger audience, so I'm just doing this as a service. Oh, okay. Also as a service to yourself too, because, whatever. But anyway.
Yeah, that's something we'll get into later. I've noticed that there are very few YouTubers who have given you credit for the amazing digging you do, by the way.
Thanks, man. What's crazy is I'm getting more credit for the death threats I've gotten. Like, there's multiple news articles now. If you Google Skullzi TV and click news on Google, like, there's German articles and just these news sites reporting on that. And that makes me feel great,
I noticed that, by the way. Congratulations. I don't know if congratulations are in order for such a thing, but...
Yeah, because after Jacksonville, death threats are actually a serious thing, because I just, through a connection I made on Twitch yesterday, found out about a streamer by the name of Dr. Disrespect. Apparently this guy was attacked in his own home.
Yeah, he has one, and his wife and kids are there, man.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, are we getting to the point where gamers are getting so angry that they're going that route, picking up a gun and, shooting up what is supposed to be a fun Madden tournament? I mean, there was live stream audio of this stuff happening, and I'm sitting there listening to this going, oh my God, I'm a streamer. This is very, very close to home to me. That death threats, I can't even imagine, man. That must be insane.
Kind of pisses me off, to be honest, especially with the Dr. Disrespect thing. Like, first of all, if your brain is not at a functioning level to where you can't comprehend and handle video games in your life, then maybe maybe natural selection should have done you a favor and you should have just never entered this world. But that's just me being crappy. But the thing is, like, first of all, that being said, that's one thing. But the second of all, for you to shoot into someone's home, this guy, Dr. Disrespect, didn't do anything. He just plays games, right? He plays a character. The character is a little raunchy, but not like a dick. But someone shot into his bedroom windows, assuming he was streaming up there, and he has his wife and children in that house. His kid could have died because of some pussy driving by who, I don't know, hated Dr. Disrespect or hated themselves because they saw a person dedicated and doing well in something they enjoy doing, and they thought, you know what, that's much more than what I am. I'm a lowly piece of shit. All I do is sit on my mom's couch or my buddy's couch and work a shitty job and wonder why I made so many mistakes. I know I sound like a dick, but when you're shooting into someone's house, there is something wrong with your brain.
Yeah, that's a much bigger dick move.
And you could give me death threats. I'm not even talking about me. You can't give me death threats. But what I'm saying is to shoot into someone's house. What the
that's
hell?
insane.
What the actual hell is going on in society right now?
Okay,
where
Skullzi,
people can do that.
Right now, when you finally get PUBG, I'm totally killing your avatar. There's my death threat for the day. Yes.
Oh,
I'm going to kill a digital representation of you and nothing else.
I'm triggered. No. No, sorry if I offended everyone, but that's something that just gets me mad. You know, if you hate the person and you want to shoot at the person, that's screwed up. But the fact that you're risking harming their children.
Yeah, that's a little too real, because look, we're here for games. Games are fantasy. Games are an escape. And when you let this like bleed into the real world like this, it's actually kind of just mind-numbing, because for years we've been trying to tell Congress, no, it's not violent video games, and now all of a sudden video games are becoming a violent arena. What? That's a whole, it's counter to the whole argument.
Yeah, that gets me mad, because I have kids in this house, and I'm sure that the people that emailed me weren't authentically going to threaten me. It was just trolling,
Well, probably.
But still,
that's a little ultra trolling right there. That's a little too much.
Yeah, and the Dr. Disrespect thing, anyway, yeah.
That's
so that's a stupid thing that's going on. Drama aside. I don't want to spend too much time on the negative things. Sometimes people suck. People need to get their lives freaking together, and I don't want to give them more attention than we already have. So, that being said, back to the Fallout 6 early thing. Who here has the power armor helmet set? I don't. I think I'm probably the only one, unless you don't either, LP.
I do not have any set yet. I'm actually waiting on a gig weekend to not get rained out so I can pre-order the Tricentennial Edition now that I have a rig capable of playing it. So I'll be able to join you guys for the beta. Yes.
Sweet. I don't have one. King Fan Man and Joey are going to be talking with their helmets on.
Oh yeah, I can't wait for that.
Skullzi, did you see what I nuked last week?
No! Shut up!
I haven't figured out how I'm going to play with my Pip-Boy and my power armor helmet on, but I'm going to do it.
There you go.
Oh my God, that's going to be your defining series right there, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
I can't wait to watch that. That's going to be epic.
No, that's going to be fun, man. I'm excited for it. I'm excited for Fallout 76 and Assassin's Creed Odyssey's coming out. That's a game I can't wait to pick up. I love Assassin's Creed.
I haven't played that in a long time. I have, the first 5 or 6 that are mainline games. I think I have Liberty as well on my 360, but again, that's what a lot of my gaming has been limited to lately, is 360. Now that I actually have a rig, I can play these games that we're all talking about, and I can have opinions. It's very nice.
Speaking of big rigs, I don't know if y'all heard the size of Fallout 76, 45 gigabytes. And if you have slow internet like we have in Arkansas, that's going to take a long time to download. I'm going to be downloading Fallout 76 while y'all are shooting the Grafton monster.
Wow, that's PUBG took me. It's a 20 gigabyte game roughly, and it took me 3 hours. So I'll be looking forward to that 6 hours of going out and doing something else.
Yeah, it's going to be all day for me.
Oh, I'll probably do it while I'm at work.
And that's going to take up my upload time.
How is everybody getting the game? I'm considering getting the Bethesda launcher.
That's what I'm doing. I'm doing PC, Bethesda launcher. I played ESO with the Bethesda launcher, never had an issue.
Okay.
Yeah, Joe, you're on Xbox, right?
Yeah, I'm on Xbox, so that's where I got the Power Armor Edition. I actually pre-ordered that earlier at work today. So
Nice.
I saw a tweet from Juicehead. He was like, "Yo, they're back out again." I'm like, "All right." So I hopped on there really quick, threw in my information, and I was able to pre-order it. They took my money out, so I guess I'm guaranteed the Power Armor Edition. You know?
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Nice.
Yeah.
Good.
That is awesome.
I'm still jealous.
One of my subscribers gave me an awesome idea, and I'm going to do it. I don't know if you guys are, but I'm actually going to make a schedule on my channel, and I'm going to tell my subscribers when I'm going to be on PC and when I'm going to be on Xbox. So if they want to play with me on the PC or on the Xbox, they can do it. So I thought that was a very good idea.
Yeah, cool.
That's definitely something I'm going to do, being on Twitch and everything. Definitely going to get in there. A lot of my viewers want to jump in and play games with me. That is one of the big reasons I'm on there, is because back to Skullzi's whole, hey, I want to talk about the positive thing. I'm looking to build a positive gaming community. I definitely want people who love games, love to play games with other people, because we live in an unprecedented time as far as gamers are concerned. We have access to other people to play with around the world 24/7. Tell this to 5-year-old me and 9-year-old fan man with our Intellivisions, right? So, you know, way back in the day when we had these, well, it was a 16-bit gaming console. Did you know that, fan man?
Yes, I did.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah, we had the first true 16-bit gaming console, so we're ahead of the game.
A lot of these guys don't know what bits are. So
Yeah, well, but that aside, I mean, you remember how the Intellivision worked. It was two springy cords that came out of the middle of it, and this was this unseemly number pad and circular disc kind of
Oh
paddle.
yeah, the circle disc. I love.
Yeah, and the slips you had to put in there. And now all we have to do is pick up a keyboard, put our hand on a mouse, click a button, and we have access to one of the biggest gaming arenas in the world. And I think it's just an amazing time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the future's now, man. Things are getting pretty advanced, and you can think like how powerful just phones or tablets are in terms of gaming potential. Like you can play 720 like Call of Duty on a tablet, and it runs flawlessly. Like sometimes even 1080, depending on the device. And that essentially makes us an Android. I mean, you have this thing in your hand, you connect this thing to your hand, and you can have the answer to anything that you can think of, almost, within reason. You can have plans, directions to your friend's house. Pizza can be brought to you from some man somewhere that is alerted that you desire pizza now. Bring him pizza, and then there he goes. Your pizza's on its way. Like, this is pretty futuristic, man. I mean, it's pretty exciting.
Here it is in real time. Hey, Cortana, order me a pizza. Bet she's looking for a pizza place right now.
I keep expecting to hear her voice.
No, I don't have that audio set to come through.
She just like chooses your own pizza, and she like gives you the gluten-free buffalo chicken pizza, and you're like,
Oh,
no,
man,
Cortana.
Well, she's waiting for me to give Big Brother my location.
Uh-oh.
So, yeah, I'm
hungry for pizza. Now you
Me
did.
too. I know. I'm gonna have to go out as soon as we're done.
I'm getting Burger King after this, personally.
Oh, you are an evil
And
person.
then I have to edit my audio for the video tonight that I'm behind on. 10 a.m. upload. Yeah, not today, apparently. Jeez.
Well, you'll get it, man. Keep at it. You are one of the hardest working YouTubers in the business. Between your job and the immense amount of digging you do, just keep going, because it's paying off for you. It really will. And once you get on Twitch and people find out you're there, the real-time interaction, dude, you're gonna go places.
Man, I just want to build like a huge freaking community and be able to do this like from the second I wake up to the second I go to sleep if I want. I want to be free from having to do... I love my 9-to-5 job. Like, I love being a chef, and I love the guys I work for, but... I mean, and I think I'd still do it even as 100,000 subscribers. I'd still work both things and just keep pushing my limits. Eventually, though, it's interesting to think about that I may potentially be able to do YouTube, and that's it. Like, and Twitch, you know what I mean?
That's awesome.
It's a very difficult thing to
weird
do
feeling
these
to
days.
think about. It is very difficult, but to think that potentially can happen.
Oh yeah,
And it can
for
happen to
you
any of you
guys,
guys.
yeah.
All
Well,
of
not
us are
me.
growing, man.
I've pretty much succumbed to the algorithm at this point. I'm live streaming is just far too epic a thing for me. I am so enjoying the immediate interaction with people who watch. It's so amazing. So I personally, after 12 years on YouTube, 300 plus videos,
Yeah, I had the channel I gave up on a couple of years ago, and then it's the same channel actually. I just revamped it, changed the name, changed the URL. My old videos are still on there, way back. It was
That's
Mass
pretty much
Effect
what I
Andromeda
did.
stuff.
Rebrand and go.
Yep, and that way I don't have to
Why not?
lose a lot of the stuff I already gained too.
Yeah, Joey, you just did that recently. A whole bunch of rebranding.
Oh yeah, I had to, because originally my YouTube channel, I did it with a buddy of mine, and he came up with the name. So but it turns out that I was putting in more work than he was. Then it just became my channel. So then it's been my channel for maybe like the past year and a half, 2 years now. So I'm like, all right, I hate the name Play It Forward. Absolutely hate it. So I was like, okay, what can I do? So like for months I was like, man, what can I change my name to? And I just thought about my name itself. My name's Joey, and my last name, begins with a CAP, but caps, Fallout, and I was like, Joey Caps Gaming, why not?
It
And
rolls, dude. It's a gold
honestly, I fell in love with it. I really did. So
it works on so many levels. There's
Yeah,
so many nuanced levels, and I'm glad you hit on that, because that's a great name, and I'm glad you were able to get the Twitter handle to go with it.
yeah, thanks, man. Thank you.
Yeah, that goes really well. How'd you come up with your name, King Fan Man?
Mine actually it's twofold. It goes off of one, of course, I've got the New Vegas, the King's Corner there in New Vegas. But it also is my love of Elvis. He is the king. So, he is the king.
Well, thank you very much.
And then I'm not a fanboy. I am a man, obviously, since I'm the oldest one here. Y'all pointed out before the Dadgum podcast.
Yes, we are the fan men, and you are the king of the fan men.
I'm not going to say what Skullzi said. Pointing out that I was by far the oldest one here.
Too late. You just kind of outed yourself.
No,
you doxed yourself.
But I'm not going to say how he said how old I was. But anyway.
Okay.
I didn't say how old you were. I just said there's someone who's older.
Yeah.
I've always been a public personality on the internet. I've been on the internet a very long time, since like the mid to late 90s. So, I'm always out there with who I am, how old I am, who I actually am, that I'm a real person who really plays games, stuff like that. This is my gaming cred. I've been gaming since 1982. I remember the video game crash, the console market crash of 82. So, I kind of build on that. That's just, a foundation that I can go from. I am in my eyes anyway, a credible gamer, because I've been gaming since basically I could. In an era where it started off, got a rocky start there with E.T. and the Atari in the 80s, and then the NES came along and just salvaged the whole thing, and here we are, the four of us talking about games every week. It's amazing.
It really is.
So I just kind of build on that.
And I actually use it as a label of honor. I'm not a fanboy. I'm a fan man. I'm the king fan man.
I love it.
So
I love it.
That's where it comes from.
I don't see why the argument against old gamers is even made. It's like, why? We love doing it the same as you. We've been doing it longer. Okay, so what? So we're all, in our adult years, if we're going to call them that, and we all are supposed to have, jobs, kids, family, all that sort of thing. Why are we still playing games? We play games for the same reason everybody else plays
love it.
games.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
we love it. And now it's fortunate
nothing
that
wrong with
there's avenues for us to make communities and make a living sometimes out of what we love to do. You know what I mean? Like, if you love to play football, don't you want to play in the NFL? No, you want to be you don't? Oh, well, that's weird. Obviously you want to. You know what I mean? We want to.
But you want to
work in
achieve some
communities.
level of success, yeah.
Yeah. So.
And then, but it's to us, though, to guys like you and me, Skullzi, and this is one of the reasons I reached out to you, and you were looking for people like me, is people who are motivated to build something beyond, just a mint. You don't want a bank that prints money for you. You want to build something tangible, something people want to be a part of. And because we live in the age of sharing what we love. And that is way more important. But if it pays the bills on the side, we're not going to complain. But really, it's just all about that community. And Skullzi told me when I first reached out to him, that's what he was looking for. And I found the same problem. I used to have a web show, a sketch comedy kind of thing back in 2011. And apparently I was the only one who really wanted to do it out of a cast of 7 or 8 people.
Oh, jeez.
So, yeah, I'll send you guys that link later. But anyway, yeah. Finding motivated people like you guys,
it's so hard.
It's been an amazing experience, though. Here you guys are, and now let's take it and go places and build something awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, man. I really want to build a community, and at the same time, I want to inspire people to chase their dreams. You know what I mean? To open up and be a part of things that are great. And at the same time, I just see so much negativity, even in like the Bethesda community and gaming in general. There's so many lines drawn in the sand, and it's like Charlie Chaplin said, I think it was The Dictator, he said that we have so much technology that can bring us so closer together, but it has drawn us apart. Like, it's so crazy. We can talk to someone in a second across the world, anywhere really, and
that's
it seems
awesome.
like we're more closed off. We get angry because a game is online, you know what I mean? Like, and we start threatening each other, and it's just crazy to think that we're advanced so far technologically, but we don't feel the need to advance ourselves within our own person. Like,
I think that's the biggest thing about 76 I don't get is why do people say that it being online completely ruins the Fallout experience? I think it adds to it, because all of a sudden here are the 4 of us doing this podcast. We have a squad right here. We can jump into the Fallout universe together for the first time. That is absolutely amazing. That's a concept I've actually wanted for some time, because we all know that Interplay was going to try and do an online Fallout, but it fell through lawsuits, contracts, deadlines, whatever happened with Interplay. Now it comes back to ZeniMax/Bethesda, and now we're getting something akin to that. Why is everybody complaining?
I think part of it is just what's going on in gaming culture right now, related to like EA, especially with loot boxes and microtransactions, and games almost forcing multiplayer in, because that's where you get the best bang for your buck when it comes to like buying those
EA
packs
has
and
drop the ball
premium
hard.
So I think people are like, oh, Bethesda's our last great hope for single-player RPGs. Now they're doing multiplayer. No, so I kind of can get that to a point. But a lot of people, most of them actually, are closed off, and they just cling on to that opinion, and they don't let go, no matter, how people try to tell them, look at this is good, look at this, there's not even that many people on this giant map. You know what I mean? Like, don't even worry about it. You don't even have to interact with them. There's actually less human NPCs in this game than ever. Like, there's pretty much not that many things in the game. So why do you complain that there's actually active scavengers and survivors out there doing the same thing as you, maybe with different motives? That gives the game a lot more depth. It gives it, like, I think of Battlefield in terms of the crazy stuff, the unpredictable action movie scenes, the tense moments of sneaking as 4 people come into the same supermarket as you to scavenge it, and you're hiding like up in the air duct somewhere, and you hope they don't see you, because it adds so much more to the game, and it's still a Bethesda game. Todd Howard made it. Relax, everybody.
And Pete Hines is pushing it.
Oh, yeah.
I've noticed some people's reaction is just, it becomes natural to be negative. I really think that some people just want to be negative, and I hate to be that way, but there are some people out there that just want to be negative. I've noticed that with some YouTubers. Their first reaction is always negative.
Oh man, I could name names, but we're not calling anybody out tonight. We're about sharing the love.
Yeah. Gamers, though, in general, gamers are the biggest hypocrites in the world. They honestly, they really are, because you could make something new and they'll complain about it because it's different. But if you come out with the same thing over and over again, I've used this example before. Madden, a sports game. It's the same thing year in and year out, and people complain. And Fallout Online is something completely different. It's brand new, and people are complaining.
Yeah.
Like, what's the issue? Why can't we try something new? Why is there always a problem? It's just, it's disgusting that there's always an issue with something.
If it was the same thing, they would gripe that it was the same old thing.
Exactly. And if Bethesda Game Studios wasn't making a new game, and if they waited until 2020 to make a brand new game, people would be freaking out that they haven't had a game in 5 years.
Yeah,
so it's like
You're
they're
not
making
wrong.
a new game 3 years after they made Fallout 4. What's the issue? Just because it's a little bit different, it's an online game. We're going to have private servers, not at launch, but eventually, later on. Come on, get over yourself.
That's something I'm looking forward to, being a Twitch streamer, is being able to offer a private server to my viewers. Get out of town. That sounds like fun.
It does. I think they're just angry, so they see everything through a filter or perspective
Yeah,
of
it's
negativity.
annoying.
Negativity, man, negative emotions, all that, they don't serve you any purpose. Like, why cling on to them?
That's why we're here, man.
By the way, of course, we know the beta is the 23rd for Xbox, but you know some people are already playing it. They can't talk about it, but you know I've noticed that Joe's awful quiet. I think he's playing Fallout 76 over there and just not telling us.
What? No,
Are you holding out on us, Joey?
I mean, if I was, I don't
He
think-
signed one of them.
I don't think I could say anything, fellas. So if I was,
Those NDAs are a killer.
So let's just keep that between us in this podcast. all
Fallout
right?
76, what's that? Oh, look, there's a shoe salesman. I gotta go.
Us and the 5,000 people who are going to listen over the course of the next weekend.
One little thing I don't know if y'all heard. Y'all are gonna love this. The microtransactions in the game, the currency's called atoms. Did y'all hear that?
Oh, nice.
Oh, I actually kind of like that. It fits.
And you
Throwback
get
to the
to
Church of Adam.
you can earn them by doing special things in the game, by doing events and that kind of thing, or you can buy them with your own money.
I like
And-
that.
Yeah, and then of course you can buy cosmetic things only with them. It's
Yeah,
kind
I
of
mean-
like the Creation Club credits.
It's not going to be pay to win. And besides, there are opportunities for them to add NPCs, because as time goes on, you get factions like the Children of Adam and the Followers of Apocalypse who are eventually going to start showing up in places. I mean, this is 25 years after the big one, you know.
You know what would
So
be cool?
those groups would be starting to get their basic formations going.
And this game's going to be around for 10 years or
Oh,
more.
yeah.
You know
Oh,
it.
easy, because they're going to be updating this thing forever. This is going to be like a Final Fantasy 11 kind of thing, because that game is very much still online.
Yeah.
I don't know how well it's updated, but I know Skullzi, our good buddy Lost Time Lord over on Twitch, streams it all the time.
He does.
And
yeah,
there's
he does. His
hundreds of
streams are
people
awesome.
still playing this game, and it's a 10-year-old game.
One thing I would love to see from 76 is if it's going to be around for so long, and since it starts without that many NPCs, if that bothers anyone, I'd like to see the ability for all the players maybe build their own settlements, do quests, do something to where you can slowly build up society outside of the vaults. Little towns will pop up, more NPCs will walk around, better chances of traveling salesmen, but at the same time, if some players choose to be raiders and try to take these places out, it'll allow Bethesda to have dynamic changing game servers or the state of the game, depending on how players act. There's less civilized people now and more raiders, etc., stuff like that. I think that
Yeah,
could be
the
a lot of fun.
possibilities are many-fold. Why are people complaining? I mean, this is a brand new experience. You know, something we haven't had since Morrowind. Morrowind was the first real brand new experience we've had. And then after that, what? It's just modified versions of Gamebryo. Now, granted, this is creation, but it's creation Frankenstein with the Quake netcode.
Yeah.
So this is a completely different monster already.
Yeah. I don't know. You guys must have seen it already. The new trailer or the intro earlier.
I know I have
So,
not.
I haven't seen
well,
it yet.
oh my, really? Well,
Yeah.
you'll know what I mean, King Fan Man. It's
Just call me Grandpa Gamer.
the trailer itself was, in a way, so dark and grim to me, because think about it just like this. you see all these people in this vault, all happy, throwing a party, enjoying each other's company. And you're watching all these people walk to the vault door together to enter the outside. And it's like, but they don't know what the heck they're going to, encounter. You know what I mean? They're going into the wasteland where they'll see mutated beasts and where they could possibly be slaughtered because of their inexperience, of survival. You know what I mean? It's just watching these people walk towards that door. It's like, what's on the other side? That's to me, that's creepy. I don't know about you guys.
A death claw. There's like 5 death claws pushed up against the door, just waiting.
But they have no idea. They just threw this party that after so many years, they could finally leave the vault. And now, like, they don't know what they're facing. Immersion. And it's like, to me, it's so dark.
It's exciting.
When you spin it that way,
Yeah.
There's a dark tone to it, which there always has been in Fallout, kind of.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Oh, for sure. That's the name of the game for the game. But it's just how they captured this intro was pretty awesome. And like Skullzi, you gotta watch it, man.
Yeah, I'll definitely watch it after this for sure.
Yeah, and you'll know what I'm saying. King fan, man, do you agree or?
Oh yeah. I think, and it was great too, though. I thought
that's awesome.
Yeah, it was good.
One thing.
Go ahead. No, I was just going to say I thought it was interesting. Some people were mad about, but they came out and said that they're only going to run the beta for 4 to 8 hours a day, and then back off and fix whatever's broke, and then start the beta back. But I understand that; it makes perfect sense to me. Yeah. Sounds like a good way to run it. To fix whatever's broke, to test the servers out. But again, people are going to gripe, but...
people, and they're crying, man.
People always cry.
And the way they've got it set up, they said they're going to run it right up until... the way they didn't give an exact date, but they're going to run it right up until, they said, just a few days before launch. So Xbox is going to have 3 weeks worth of beta.
That's awesome.
4 to 8 hours a day. So, I mean, that's a pretty good beta. Pretty good length for...
And if they're patching the thing every few hours, every 8 or so hours, where's the problem in that? Because how long have we had to wait for patches to fix things in Oblivion, Fallout 3, New Vegas, all these other patches before the unofficial patches eventually come out? How long have we had to wait for these patches? This is something completely different from Bethesda. We're going to get real-time updates, basically. I think that's pretty awesome. Yeah. They're going to fix the game as we break it.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. No,
and as we give feedback, yeah.
That's how betas work, too. I don't know why people are expecting to just pop on at any hour of the day to just openly play this game. That means the game's out. They're not giving you the game early because good for you. They're giving it early because they want to test the game out and make improvements. Yeah,
that's 16 hours to write code and apply patches to servers and then restart them in technically the morning, I guess.
Yep. Yeah, that's plenty of time, and it's a good amount of time.
Well, and I hate to put it this way, and I don't mean to sound uppity, but they need people like us to explain to them that Bethesda has to do this.
Yeah, I mean, it's not common knowledge, true for every single person to understand how it works, how the inner workings of game development work. So many moving pieces, and one of them is Todd Howard.
Yeah, that ties back into one of the other complaints that people have had basically for years is the dumbing down of Bethesda IPs, trying to reach a larger audience. I mean, yeah, anybody wants to reach a larger audience, and I don't think they've necessarily dumbed it down, although I have yet to play Fallout 4, but I'm not looking forward to it because of the dialogue system. After New Vegas and 3, I'm kind of spoiled, I guess. But I'm still going to play it because I love Fallout. I'm not going to diss it online. I'm not going to make a video, well, I think this dialogue system is terrible, blah, 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 blah. No, we're not going to go there. But why is everybody complaining that this is going to open up a whole new market? I mean, really, at the end of the day, aren't you happy that you're going to have noobs to hit with a headshot? Isn't that the big thing?
360 no scope.
Isn't that everybody's current life goal is to perfect their headshot in whatever battle royale game they're trying to play, even though 76 is not battle royale per se right away? It may have a battle
Right,
royale
right.
mode someday.
But you
That's
could be the
very
next
possible.
ninja. Oh.
I think that'd be neat. A battle royale with, laser rifles and alien blasters. Bring it on.
I'm waiting for the day in the future when a battle royale is like an in real life situation where you just put on a visor and run around.
I'm calling it now. We're naming it the Skullzi games.
The Skullzi games.
I do think they're going to have
Skullzi
the
games.
12-on-12 deathmatch. That's going to be in Fallout 76, no doubt. Can I make a statement? This is it's on Fallout 76, but
Yeah,
it's off
go
the
ahead.
subject. But it's going to be a statement y'all are going to disagree with, but I'd like to talk about it. I believe Fallout 76 will have crossplay, not at launch, but it will have crossplay before too long on all platforms.
Oh, I think so too.
I hope it does. We've been dreaming about that day since what? The original Xbox, the PlayStation 2, when consoles first started coming online, and then when mobile devices started becoming what they are now. We've all dreamed of being able to just go between devices,
Yep.
and just play with each other wherever we are on whatever platform we're on. And if Sony would get their heads out of their behinds and actually allow cross-platform play and outside mods, it would be a golden age. Skullzi likes to talk about the golden age Bethesda is in right now. It'd be a golden age for gaming, period.
Well,
if that would happen.
Joe did a video this week, and Joe, if you'll tell what Sony did, at least give a little bit, and if you'll tell what Sony did for Fortnite this week.
Yeah, Sony, Fortnite is in beta for crossplay with PC, PS4, and Xbox One. But here's what I think with Fallout and the crossplay with that whole issue. I don't think it's going to happen right away. I think it'll happen probably a year or so after the game launches, because think about how many things they have to tackle. So they're just working on right now the launch and the beta for Fallout 76. That's what they're working on. They're trying to make it as smooth as humanly possible. And then if everything's smooth, if everything's great, then I guess we'll get our monthly DLC. And then possibly after that, when they get into like a routine and a rhythm, then we could be seeing mods and private servers. And then after that, I think that's when crossplay will eventually will be out. And the reason why I say a year, look at Fortnite. Fortnite's been out for a year, and now they're in beta for crossplay.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, I don't think it'll be a quick thing. I think it's going to happen eventually. Of course it's going to happen. But I just don't think it'll happen quick.
No, it
That
probably
makes
won't.
sense.
No,
Well, hey.
you're right. It'll go through a testing phase.
I thought y'all were going to disagree with me, but y'all agree with me. But yeah, Sony actually gave in on Fortnite, so that's
Yeah.
huge for gaming. I
Oh,
mean,
that
it's
is.
great for
enormous.
gaming.
It's the most popular game out there right now.
I wonder if
That's
Pete Hines
huge.
in his thread today.
It's also the most popular dance out there right
Pete
now.
Hines commented on it, and
Skullzi,
he said, well done.
I do believe that Todd Howard and Bethesda behind the scenes had a lot to do with what happened with Sony. I believe them and the Elder Scrolls Legends, the pressure they've been putting on, and I believe behind the scenes, I can't really say why, but I believe behind the scenes with the Fallout 76, they are putting pressure on them as well.
Yeah, because Fortnite winning like that means a win for pretty much every game studio out there that has a plan to get into that sort of cross-platform gaming, like Bethesda, of course, with 76 and Blades and whatever future projects that come out of Dallas and come out of Montreal.
That's
Yep.
interesting. Yeah.
Bethesda has really been leaning on Sony, and it shows.
It has, yeah.
I think there's a recent interview that I was looking at. I didn't cover it, but Pete Hines is talking about 76, and he was mentioning that cross-platform play wasn't even on their mind with 76 as far as they're
Well,
concerned right
he
now.
tweeted
Oh,
about
is that
it.
a
He
tweet?
said, yeah,
Okay.
he said, y'all just chill. We're not even thinking about it right now. We're getting it's kind of what Joe just said. We want to get the bait out right now. We're not even thinking about it right now.
Okay, I thought there was an interview too, but I must be mistaken.
Yeah,
Okay.
it may be on the interview too, but he did tweet that.
Okay. Yeah, I did see the tweet, and I know that Joe. I don't know why you had some flack about that. I liked your video. You gave good points.
Get flack about what?
Talking about the tweet. Pete Hines'
Oh
tweet.
yeah, I got a lot of crap, man. I got a lot. It's like, well, prior actually, it wasn't. I don't think for that video. I got a lot of flack for
The one before,
for a Pete Hines tweet, but him saying that there's gonna be more beta news on the way. So I made a video on it, and I got a lot of crap for it, as far as them hitting the dislike button. That's not really in terms of comments, but hitting the dislike button. Still had more likes than dislikes. But yeah, I got a lot of flack for that. Which, you know what? It's okay. The video.
I think they were
did
disliking
really well.
Pete instead of you. I really do.
They may have been,
Probably,
yeah.
Yeah.
They usually kill the messenger, man, kind of thing.
Yeah, no, it's honestly okay. The video did really well for my standards, so I'm happy about that. It's just, you know, it's just, once again, it's like, damn, like, what are you expecting? You know, my title says Pete Hines confirms new Fallout beta news.
And that's exactly what it was.
That's exactly verbatim what it was in the video. What were you expecting?
Yeah, it's like Skullzi's videos. Skullzi, your videos are riddled with one thing, and that's question marks in your titles. Because you're not saying, yes, this is a fact. You're asking, is this a thing? Should we speculate on this? Should we read more into it? And people get flack for that and calling it clickbait and whatnot. Just why are we in such a negative climate? It's almost like instant gratification is something people expect. And despite the fact that this game is going to be a rollout process, a slow burn.
And the reading comprehension skills of some of these people is just absolutely horrible. Absolutely horrible. It's like, how the heck is this clickbait? I'm asking you a question. You know,
I love the ones
why is it clickbait?
I love the ones that don't even watch the video and gripe about it. Have you had those?
Yeah.
They say something that you talked about later in the video. It's like, really, man, if you'd have watched for 2 more minutes.
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly.
But they just think that they're our boss, you know, and they're more experienced than us in the things that we're doing every day.
No, everybody's got their opinion, and that's fine. It's just...
And I'm not going to make this a wine session, but I will for just a minute.
King Fan, do it.
Yeah, I'm on a rant for just a minute. Y'all rant,
I like wine.
So I'm going to rant for just a minute.
Amen, brother.
I am a very old, sick man, and there are days that it is tough to even get out of bed for me, and I work really hard on these videos. Yet people have no clue how much work goes into the things that we do. I had no clue how much YouTubers did. I thought it was easy. You know, I saw these videos and I thought, I can do that. Well, the first couple was, that was pretty easy. You do them on a daily basis and see if you can do this. Whoa.
Oh, it is mind-numbing. You guys are still doing it, and I envy you because you have the patience to soldier through it. I've been soldiering through it for so long. I'm just at the end of the march, I think.
It is unreal, and you hear about people getting burnout, and I understand it. But anyway, you finally put something out, and I mean, I'm at the end of my physical and mental faculties by the time I put something out, and then the first comment will be negative. You talk about discouraging, you know, just breaks your spirit. And people
kind of makes you want to ring the nurse for your pills at that point, doesn't it, Sonny?
Yeah, people have no clue, you know, and I'm kind of laying myself out here, you know, but they have no clue what it does to you.
Yeah, because even with this podcast, we're just 4 guys sitting here talking. Skullzi is going to spend multiple hours editing this thing and putting it together and then uploading it. There is a lot of effort that goes into something even as simple as this show.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. And the one thing that's absolutely your worst enemy, though, I feel, well, mine right now, isn't even the negative Nancy that comments on my videos or hits the dislike button. It's the YouTube algorithm itself. I do not understand it whatsoever. It's like I posted a video yesterday, 3,000 views. For me, I'm jumping up and down. I'm ecstatic. I am happy. Today, I post 2 videos. You know, they're relevant. People are searching for them. And they don't even crack 200 views each.
Yep.
It's like what? It's like my worst enemy is the algorithm. Am
That's
I
everybody's
gonna
worst
keep
enemy.
on posting and pushing? Of course I am. It won't stop me. But it's just confusing, and it's like, what do I have to do? I made a longer episode or video, and still just over 100. Then I made a short one, same thing. It's like, what do I have to do differently?
You tag
You know?
it the same, you title it the same. Yep, you
Yeah.
do everything, and it'll do the same thing. Yep.
Really, that's another thing I like about being on Twitch is because I can use Twitter to you can manipulate hashtags, and on YouTube it's so dependent on the algorithm. It's so dependent on what's trending according to the algorithm that hashtags don't even matter. But on Twitter, yeah, because if you guys noticed, I tweeted out before we started recording here, it got retweeted by actually a couple of bots that automatically fire out those tweets. So it's you tagging it is everything. It really is.
Yeah, it's huge.
Except on YouTube, because the YouTube, you're just a slave to the math.
Yeah, that's true.
You're just throwing it to the wind. That's it.
Really, because you spend, like I said earlier, 2, 2, 2, and 2, and then it's like you hope that you can crack the algorithm in the end after you've put all this monumental effort. Having your PC set to render for a couple hours, sitting in front of your editing software, moving, slicing, just right, sliding audio clips around so they're not out of sync. Yeah, listening to your own self drone on and on about how you're digging up all this gravel so you can make powdered concrete later. That's
Oh man, it's a lot of work.
It's a mind-numbing experience. It is. It really is, and I envy you guys for still doing it, but I just can't do it anymore.
Yeah, I mean, for like a month, I had the algorithm in my favor for a month, and that was so much fun. It was before E3. Yeah, it was so much fun, and then all of a sudden, I got really, really sick, and I couldn't upload. I couldn't even talk. I didn't upload maybe for like 10, 11 days. Then I made an upload. Then it got a few hundred. Then I made another upload. It got a few hundred. Then I was, upset and discouraged. So then I was in this pattern, of being upset and discouraged. And I would only post like once or twice a week, and that killed me in the algorithm. But now I'm trying to catch fire again and get hooked on that algorithm once again, and hopefully it'll happen.
It'll happen, man.
Oh yeah, you just got to keep at it.
Hard work at it, and it happens, man. That's my plan. That's why I'm like, I don't get the algorithm. Some videos aren't even big news, and they'll get triple the views than like a big thing related to something that everyone would want to know. And so I'm like, fine, I'll just keep throwing myself at this wall, and eventually the wall will break, because damned, I will not break until I get through this wall.
Yeah, well, the wall has been up for some time too, and it's changed, because when I was doing YouTube heavily, which was probably back in 2012 and 2013, was my heaviest YouTube uploading, was the algorithm was not all important. In fact, the algorithm was a fairly new thing still. So, it still boiled down to I was getting squashed by far bigger. I was doing Minecraft at the time. Far bigger Minecraft YouTubers. I was just getting crushed. But every so often, I had one video, and it was usually the tutorial videos, which I'm not typically good at doing. It took off. It had like 80,000 views, and it's another story where YouTube reduced it to 17,000 and never paid me a dime. But it's soul crushing, and it's been that way for a long time on YouTube, and I think that's why I'm bowing out, is because it's such a long and drawn out road to walk with that company, and I just it's time to walk a different road.
Yeah, I hope nothing bad happens with YouTube, because I like the avenue they provide me and other creators to not only build a community, but maybe see a future doing so.
Yeah,
so
well,
hopefully they get their stuff together and keep it together. I haven't had any major issues with YouTube per se. Sometimes it's like an upload for hours will cancel itself out, and my video won't go up until I get home from work, which is aggravating. But that could be related to my internet. And then there's a copyright strike situation I had, which was a total bullshit. But there's nothing I could have done there. So I guess that's bad.
One thing I want to point out is two words that get thrown around a lot in these videos is public domain. That's one thing I went to college for. I went to an art school, so we got a lot of copyright and trademark classes. And by the way, Skullzi, not this isn't the work, but the use of the public domain, you got to be careful there, because public domain means any work created by the government, which is why you're able to go in and search those trademark applications, because once Bethesda files those with the United States government or whatever other government they are filing those trademarks with, say in the EU or whatever down in Australia, that becomes public knowledge because the documents were essentially created by the U.S. government. The other thing is a copyright that has lapsed, and right now I believe it's life plus 70 years is the length of a copyright. So that's a copyright that's elapsed. Somebody in 1899 wrote a book. Yeah, that's public domain. That's why anybody can print a copy of Treasure Island. Anybody can print 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. But it publicly available would probably be a better way to say it. Like, these are public websites. They're not locked down. They're not behind a paywall. You know, they're not some, you know, client-only password. You ran into that a little bit with one of those trademark sites. When they start doing that, yeah, then it gets kind of gray area. But publicly available would probably be a better way to describe it, and not so much public domain, because public domain, for a guy like me who deals in copyrights, I work in the music business, it's a whole other ball game that we're not going to get into today. But yeah, probably publicly available.
Well, it's definitely fair use too.
Oh
definitely
yeah, sure.
Use.
You have been getting no end of unnecessary crap for all your work, and I can picture you sitting there in front of your computer at 3 a.m. with a half a bottle of Mountain Dew and a half open bag of, you know, Bugles or whatever you like to snack on, digging through these trademarks, doing the things that most fans do not bother to take the time to do. And then you put it all together, you do all the Scooby-Doo, it was Old Man Withers the whole time. Your work is amazing, and I'm not happy that other people aren't really crediting you. I mean, I will give it to, what was the guy's name? Exotic RPGs. He was the only video I watched apart from this Dashing David that gave you guys any credit, or you specifically, Skullzi. That's just a shame, because, like I said, this is a ton of work no matter what we do. We all put our heart and soul into what we do.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I'm gonna keep doing it. You know, it's the people that are there watching the videos appreciate it, even if other people hear the information from someone else who doesn't credit me. The information's out there. I'm making an impact in the community one way or another, and that, you know, that's good enough, I guess.
Never give up, never surrender.
Yeah, that's true. Oh man, but no, it's a lot of fun. I love doing it. I love digging into stuff. When I get a lead of something, I just get like this, oh man, this is gonna be awesome. Is this something that actually means this? Because legally it would have to. And then I'm looking into something else. I'm like, oh, if that means this would have to be here. So I look in this place, and it is there. And I'm like, ah! And then the trail just keeps going and going and going. And then when I keep looking up new trademarks, like when I found Redfall, I just, you know, I would look through the same list of 12 names, 12 different things every day. And then I think I see something new, and I'm like, wait a second. What's this? Redfall?
Yeah, that's usually what keeps you going most times, is the adrenaline rush you get when something new does come into your purview. So,
and it's all the support from people in the comments, and like what you've said, just people telling me they appreciate it. It's making them hyped for the games, and to think that I can make people want to play Bethesda Game Studios more is really one of my huge goals, because I want to get Bethesda Game Studios as many people invested into their masterpieces as possible. That's one thing that's like my main mission.
It's just a shame that these big YouTubers are kind of dismissing it. You know, certain ones who will remain nameless, other than I will say, Mike. Guess what day it is?
It's okay, because, you know, I'll be up there soon, and I could just dismiss them when my numbers are larger than
we all will be. I think we're all going places, because we have what a lot of the bigger YouTubers, a lot of the big ones who are really positive have it, and that's the positivity. That's what we've got. You guys have it with the YouTube. Skullzi's getting into it with the Twitch. I've got it with the Switch. Everything is upbeat, happy, and we look forward to gaming. We're not complaining about games. We're not making laundry lists of things we don't like about a game. You know, we're making laundry lists of things we're looking forward to, things we want to do once the game comes out. That's what's gonna take you guys places for sure.
Oh, we're all gonna go places, and we're gonna go there together, and I'm super excited for it, man.
It is
Joey has to get going. He's got some stuff and some things he has to do. So, and we're running pretty close to our normal time. Anyway, we won't do comments this week, but next week we'll do double the amount of comments. Double the amount of awesome stuff.
I will have to double the amount of popcorn.
Yes, twice as much popcorns. Thank you, Lost Prophet LP, for stopping by, man. It is always fun to talk to you. Looking forward to streaming some more with you soon, man. I just gotta get the time. I just gotta figure out like a standard set military discipline schedule for me to do.
Yeah, good luck with that, because I'm a freewheeling free spirit, man. It's yeah. But thank you guys so much for having me on. It has been a blast to finally get here and chat with you guys. Thank you so much.
It was a pleasure, man.
It was good meeting you.
Oh, yes, definitely.
It's been awesome, and it'll be even more fun not shooting you guys in Fallout 76.
Oh, are you
pick up
kidding?
that armor if I want it, dang it. No.
I'm going Lord of the Flies on everybody.
Have a good night, everybody. Bye.
Bye, have a great time.